Alrighty, we're here with fucking Time Frame. Well, you know, the members of Time Framed here. We don't have them all here, but you know, people are busy. People got lives. I'm Black Whiskey of Rejected Revolution, and we don't have a name for this show, so you guys introduce yourselves here.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Justin.
Alrighty. And these are the guys from Time Frame. We're gonna be asking them a couple questions so you guys get to know better who's performing in front of you.
Yeah.
So, I hear you guys got a pretty ballin' EP coming. I've been listening to your teasers,
yeah.
man. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's really nice. I like the little effects that you guys have been adding to actually have the title of the song that's playing glitching into the next one. It's fucking dope. I love it.
Yeah.
And the robot that you guys got.
So the like glitching stuff is all our bassist, my girlfriend Britt. She does a lot of the video editing and some of the graphic design for us. And then her and her sister have a brand that they're starting to put together called Catchfire. So they're trying to focus on artist development and imagery and things like that. So we get to kind of be the guinea pig of, okay, what's working for us? Because we're kind of a niche market. Like we're rock. We go in kind of a poppy direction from sometimes, but then we also really like to get trippy and like kind of wild as well. So progressive, definitely. So there's a lot of room for us to kind of make some people like us and other people not so much. And I feel like we know our audience pretty well. Like the nerdy people seem to really love us, so that's kind of what we go for, is entertaining them with like references from like movie lines and things like that. I'm trying to get really trippy.
And being very fucking loud.
Yes, loud as shit. That's part of being in a rock band. Like
That's how it is. You can't be in a rock band and not go up to 11. That's
Yeah.
why they built an 11.
exactly.
So you can turn the fuck
You
up,
gotta
man.
blow the roof off. That's
Yeah, man.
that's pretty much the only.
That's dope. Now, when I have been to your last show, forgive me for not being to your most recent, you know, I've been busy
Yeah.
and such, but the last show that I've been to, he actually wasn't part of the band, so
Yeah, I wasn't.
what are you adding to the table here that, you know,
God.
most people aren't
Well,
familiar with? That
uh,
hasn't been since you've joined the band.
Whenever I first saw the time frame, pretty much the only thing missing in the time frames that they needed was another guitar. Like something under whatever he plays.
I get you.
On top of, I'm also adding some lead parts here and there to complement his style.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's what I'm bringing to
Do you
the
have
table.
anything for all of our music nerds out there, all of our theory fans, things that you want to just like throw out there that, you know, I'm fucking throwing A minors in this bitch and just attacking the fuck out of here, you know?
That's for them to find out themselves.
Man of mystery, I like it, man of mystery. So I hear you guys got a tour coming up. Is there any specific dates that you're looking forward to? Any big
Oh,
acts
God.
that you guys are
So
working for the first time?
as far as like opening up for anybody, a lot of the dates were set up for us to be the headliners.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
we worked through Happy Nomad Booking, he's kind of toning down what he's doing. We've reached out to him before when we were trying to set up a tour a year or two ago, because we helped him set up a show here in Tampa, and because he tends to reach out to local bands, he reaches out to local promoters. Like he's on his shit. He works a lot, and he only works with a few artists at a time, so that he can put a little bit more
Makes
time and
sense.
effort into it.
Makes
So we really like working with him, and we're generally the headliners, and it's all in places that we picked out based on how our social media marketing was working.
Nice.
So we ran just Facebook, Instagram ads, stuff like that for a little while, figure out where people are vibing with us. And
Nice.
that's how we picked out where we wanted to do this first tour. So it's a 2-week tour. I'm really excited about going back home. Like I'm from
Same
Cincinnati
here.
originally.
Okay.
I'm from North Carolina.
Yeah,
Nice.
and those are both spots on the tour, and we should, like, things considered, we should end up with a little bit of time to vibe out with some friends and like catch up and things like that before we hit the stage. So
Probably
that's
get really high.
yes. There's
Yeah, man.
if we're not partying, what are we doing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody's got a plane. You can get really high that way.
there you go. Yep.
So yeah, man. If you guys haven't heard of these guys, they're gonna be in the description below. They're gonna be, you know, hanging out at our show on November 5th. Is there any amazing shows other than your tour that you know you would recommend us coming out to?
Well, we haven't signed up yet, but when we get back from our tour, I'm signing up for this festival in DeLand, and it's one that we tend to do almost every year.
Mhm.
And it's just a fun time. A lot of our friends that live and play out on the Palm Coast play there as well. So we usually end up sharing a stage together, probably getting one or two off from that. We try to only play one or two every time we go out, but it is cool to play. And like, you know, it's this little city and it just gets flooded with bands and people that are really into music for like a weekend. And it's a cool time.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
it's called the Landapalooza.
Nice. Actually, that sounds really fun. I probably
Yeah.
went to that. But
Yeah, it's cheap to sign up, cheap to get tickets, so it's cool. Like very grassroots. You know, we make all the money that we sell from merch. We usually do a pretty good job at it.
I
Is
play to a bunch of people too.
play to a shit ton of people. Yeah, it's a great like kind of stepping stone.
yeah,
Yep.
it's really groovy. It's really, really groovy. You guys are doing some groovy shit, man.
Trying our
I
best.
know you guys have been working with Rugrats Records, correct?
Mhm.
How's that going? How's all of that?
They're really more like they were calling themselves Rugrat Records because that's the direction they were trying to go in,
Mhm.
but they're more of a networking community than a record label.
Okay.
So they kind of lately I've seen them just calling themselves Rugrat.
Okay.
And it's really just all about do it together is like their main philosophy is like, okay, so us in the time frame have some different tools that we know about, and these guys in the Ned, which is one of the feature bands for those guys,
I've heard of them.
they're great. Them, the Dutch Martins, like we could go on for days,
Yeah.
right? Low Wave. So there's a lot of really great bands, and they all work together, and they all have different things that they know about or that they do really well, and so we just share it between each other and just try to help us all get better all together.
Groovy.
And obviously share shows and things like that. So like if we have a venue that's easy to book, we'll be like, hey guys, we can have you on a show, and we know some people are going to come out and see us, so come out and meet our friends.
That's really nice. Yeah, well, they're officially on the poster now. That whole entire fart noise is about to come in about 3, 2, 1.
That's pretty simple. It's where, so which way are we starting?
I don't start.
Okay, so if, for example, if I have a 0 and it's going this way, put down a 0, all the cards rotate. Put down a 7, you can exchange with whoever you want. That's the whole thing.
Pretty sure after a couple rounds. Or a handful this way. Oh, God, fuck.
Wow, holy shit,